Yes, that's how you're doing. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, boys and girls, we are here for the Leicester versus Aston Villa match preview and predicted lineup. As always, with Leicester versus Villa, we like to mix it up. We get a special guest on the channel, and as always, it is the man himself, Harry Batters from Harry FC, who's here today. Harry, mate, how are we doing this beautiful Thursday afternoon?
It's great, isn't it? It looks absolutely. The weather is unbelievable.
It is.
And yeah, I'm excited for the weekend. Oh, yeah. More importantly, excited for Leicester City versus Aston. I'm joking. I actually could not care less about the game because, like I've just said it in the preview I recorded for my channel. There's nothing to play for us. So if you beat us, oh well, one of them. I'm not going to let it affect my mood or my weekend. You know, I want to enjoy life and get on with it.
He's just saying that because when Leicester beat him, he don't want me on the Snapchat taking the piss. You know?
Mate, you know, if we beat you, I'm still gonna take the piss, like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, we'll see, won't we, boys? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we probably won't beat you. I'm gonna be completely honest, but yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah. As always, we're here, predicted lineups, prediction for the game, all that type of stuff. We'll talk a bit about Villa, talk a bit about Leicester as well. Just before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to Harry's channel. There'll be a link to that in the description down below. We're currently pretty much level on subs. Sportsa's just ahead because you know, he is the GOAT. So subscribe to Harry's channel for Aston Villa content. So yeah, feel free to check that one out. Subscribe to my channel as well. Drop a like on the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, I think it's about time we get cracking. So Harry, mate, first of all, just want to run us through Villa's season so far and your last 5 games or so as well in the Premier League. Well yeah, it's just Premier League in it now.
So if you Villa season, to be like summarise, our season starts. We travel. Obviously, we lost Grealish in the summer. We've replaced him with Buendia, Bailey, you know, all them players. First game, we lose 3-2 to Brighton. We get a few good results against Newcastle, and then we drew to Brentford. National break came, we lost 3-0 to Chelsea. Then we got a few decent results. You know, we beat Everton 3-0, beat Man United 1-0. And then we went on a 5-game losing streak, losing to Tottenham, Wolves, West Ham, I think. Who was it after? There was one in between that, and then it was Southampton. I can't remember who. Arsenal, yeah, Arsenal. And then Dean Smith got sacked because we weren't impressed with his results. We got Gerrard in, got off to a decent start under Gerrard, beating Brighton, Palace, Leicester, and then Norwich as well. Then after Christmas, it's gone a bit downhill. To be fair, we did get a few decent results against like Everton and United, and Southampton we beat 4-0. Leeds we beat 3-0 away. There was another one as well. Brighton we beat 2-0, but as of recently, since those 3 games, you know, Leeds, Southampton and Brighton, we've lost 4 on the bounce, and it looks like we're going to finish around 14th, 15th, somewhere like that. It's just a nothing season again. Probably finishing lower than last season, but oh well. We go again in the summer. Let Gerrard recruit who he wants. Luis Suarez is coming to the Villa. Kalidou Koulibaly is coming to the Villa, and next season we are getting European football, and Villa, Leicester and West Ham after this season. Up the boys.
Very good. I like it. There we go, boys. That's everything you need to know about Villa, really. That's a few games or so. Obviously, for them, nothing really to play for. For us, nothing really to play for either, apart from the Conference League. And obviously Villa, apparently they're getting Europe next year, so fair play to them. We'll see what happens there, won't we, boys?
To be fair, I said that last year actually.
I
said that last year and it hasn't really happened, but yeah, we go again, don't we?
We go again.
It'll happen eventually.
Should do it in your lifetime, at least once.
Yeah, hopefully.
The Conference League's pretty good anyway. I think every Leicester fan knows that because Leicester's going Rome in a few days, or a few weeks. But yeah, we'll talk a bit about the last game. For you guys, obviously it was the 4-0 loss to Tottenham, weren't it?
No, I'll give a pretty fair analysis on it. We started off so well, honestly. We started off really, really well. We did concede an early goal, but after that we responded really well. We created loads of chances. We just could not finish it. Like, if you look at the XG, we had a better XG than Tottenham throughout the whole game, and they scored 4 more goals. And it's just bizarre. Honestly, it's so bizarre. We've got 2 £30 million strikers that can't finish. We've got players that can create for them. You know, Buendia, Coutinho, Ramsey can all create for them strikers. But I said it just in the preview we did on my channel. It's just their egos. They don't, like Watkins and Ings don't want to create for each other. They don't want to pass to each other. They just want to shoot and, you know, score goals for themselves, and that isn't their fault. You know, it's always It's the way they are as players. You know, that it's their egos, it's their natural egos as strikers. It isn't their fault. It surprised me a bit actually though, because when Ings was at Southampton, he always played with another striker, like whether it was Shay Adams or someone like, he always played with another striker. It sort of shocks me that whether it's Watkins that doesn't want to do the passing and that, and Ings does want to create. I don't know, it's weird. It's so weird, but yeah, I think I don't know whether we're gonna get a striker in the summer. It seems if we're a bit like Brighton, we can create chances but we can't score goals despite having two £30 million strikers in our squad. But yeah, we've been linked to Luis Suarez on a free. We've been linked to so many. Like honestly, if we signed a quarter of the players that we're linked with, we'd have an unbelievable squad. But yeah, we're linked with Luis Suarez on a free. We're linked with Koulibaly on a free. We're linked with Calvin Phillips for 60 million from Leeds. I'd take any of them players in a heartbeat. Whether it'll happen or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think the main thing for us this season is Marvelous Nakamba got injured in November, and after that we didn't have a holding midfielder. We didn't strengthen the holding midfielder position in January. You know, we prioritised other positions such as a left back. Did we need a left back? Probably. Did we need a holding midfielder more than a left back? Probably. Which is why I wanted to sign Bentancur, why I wanted us to sign Basuma, but it didn't happen unfortunately. But yeah, I think a holding midfielder is definitely needed in the summer. Whether it's Calvin Phillips, whether it's Basuma, whether it's anyone, I'm not bothered. Get Declan Rice for 150 million if that's what West Ham want, honestly. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, boys. But yeah, it's just one of them, really. You know, we had a manager change mid-season. We can't expect him to come in and work his wonders. You know, he needs a full pre-season and the transfer window to get his players in and that. So yeah, like I said, we go again next season, don't we?
I think it's quite similar to Leicester, really. Like if it was this season, we missed out on Ndidi for most of it, and look at us now. The last 2 seasons, Ndidi was in there every game almost, weren't he? And I think the CDM role is one of the most key players in the team, especially if they're up to a high standard. The strikers as well. Obviously, Leicester for us, we're playing one striker at the moment, but quite a lot of our fans are calling that to play Ian Atcher and Daka both up top, just to add something a bit different, because they're just not really offering much at the moment. Obviously, Vardy's out injured, which is obviously a massive miss, but going forward in the future, how many seasons is Vardy going to really play? It's going to be maximum 2, I think. It's going to be limited if he keeps getting his injuries, so it's an interesting one. I think for you guys with Watkins and Ings, I think it could be their egos as well, and I think they just want to outscore each other, don't they, really, to have more of a chance of starting if it's a lone striker up top by himself.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with having goals, and like, if Watkins and Ings do have a little bit of banter between them, I'm going to score more goals than you. That's a good thing to have. You know, that's good. It's good to have banter with your teammates and that. But when it comes to the fact that like you're proper battling with your teammates to get in the team, that's when it starts to get a bit like, you know, is this really going to work, sort of thing. But yeah, like, just what you said, just the holding midfielder. I think holding midfield is one of the most important places in modern day football. Because just look at, like, for example, when we played West Ham, the difference between us and West Ham was because they had Declan Rice in their team. Do you know what I mean? Because he's so good. Look how bad Leeds have been this season without Calvin Phillips. Do you know what I mean? Like, the holding midfielder role is probably one of, if not the most important. You can say goalkeeper. You know, if a goalkeeper isn't there, you don't. You know, all your goals go in. Or if a striker isn't there, you don't score goals. But in terms of like actual, like, that holding midfielder sits in front of the defence and sweeps, you know, breaks up play, and it can also create stuff and offer something going forward as well.
Exactly.
Like, I think holding midfielder is one of the most important positions in football for me, and that's why we need to strengthen it. It's probably our weakest position as well, and that's why we need to strengthen in there to move forward and progress as a club.
Exactly that, yeah. I think that's the issue for you guys. Going forward, you've got a lot of fair players, Wendy, Coutinho, etc. Defence is getting stronger as well, so I think yeah, I'd agree. That's the final piece in the puzzle, I'd say, for you guys. I think it's a lot for most teams. I think you could say United as well. Obviously, their whole squad's a bit of a mess right now, but the last few years they've needed a CDM as well. But yeah, we'll talk a bit about the game then. Obviously, Saturday, King Power, Leicester versus Villa. Of course, I'll be there. So get ready for a match day vlog where Leicester hopefully secure the win. Obviously for us last time out, I'll quickly go through it. Obviously last night, we're recording this on Thursday. Obviously we drew 1-1 to Everton, another late goal going in again, which is going to be frustrating. Of course, the last time these two sides met at the King Power, there was a late goal, wasn't there, Harry?
Oh yeah, there was. Do you want to put the clip in there or not?
I will put the clip in, yes. Insert the clip.
Oh God. Yes! Oh, yes! Yes! Ross Barkley about 20 yards out and he scored! Yeah, by the way, only big clubs do the double over Everton. Just thought I'd let you know that.
Oh yeah, very nice. Big clubs are above each other in the league as well, but that's a different story. But yeah, obviously that was the last game. Obviously, the last game between these two sides was in fact at Villa Park. The 2-1 win to Aston Villa in that one as well. Like Harry mentioned, is one of Gerrard's first games as well in that one. Obviously, Leicester took the lead through Barnes, and I think was it Konsa? I think Konsa scored 2, didn't he?
Yeah, Konsa got 2. Yeah,
2 corners or something, weren't it? Typical Leicester.
Yeah.
And that was another 3 points Leicester dropped, and I mentioned it on Harry's video. Leicester have dropped 29 points from winning positions this league, and now I don't expect us to win every game when we go ahead, but if you say we drop 10 points from winning positions, that's 19 points gained on what we have right now. That's in the top 4, top 5, so could have been a different season, boys, and it comes down to last minute goals. Once again, so hopefully that's not the case on Saturday. How are we feeling then ahead of the game, generally?
Like I said, just I'm not bothered at all. Like if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. It's like it doesn't mean anything to where we're gonna finish at the end of the season. Obviously, it will though. It'll impact us. Finishing 13th or 14th. But when it comes to like actually qualifying for something or getting, it'd be nice to get some wins on the board, obviously. But yeah, I couldn't really care less, mate, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just more looking forward to...
I still think it's important, though, to win a few games. Just to...
just so you don't get dragged... just so you don't get dragged into the relegation. I don't think we will go down, but I think we're only about 10 points off Everton, so you don't want to get dragged into that dogfight sort of thing in the last few games of the season. But I don't think we will. I think we will get some wins on the board, maybe get about 6 or 7 points out our next 7 games, and then like I said, move into next season with hopefully some new players. Hopefully some of the deadwood in our squad is gone, and then we can really start the rebuild and start getting some good league positions under Gerrard, because I think he is the right man for the job. He's got a good philosophy, good mentality. It's just that he doesn't have the right players for his style of play at the moment, and I think over time that will come, hopefully. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I agree. I think you just got to give him time. Just give him the whole summer. We saw that with Rodgers. He obviously came in a bit later than Gerrard did. Came in about March time, had the whole summer, and then obviously we should have got top 4. So yeah, you just got to give him time.
Exactly.
He's a good man for the job.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Like you did you sacked Puel, you got Rodgers in. He had an alright start to his Leicester career, and then the next season you made a few additions to the squad, and then you really pushed on and really started to challenge that top 4. And obviously you haven't finished top 4 yet, but I don't. If you have another season like you have in the last 2 seasons, next season, I don't see why you can't, because I think what you lack is leaders in your squad. You know what I mean? Like when you got to the last few games of last season, the season before, when you did obviously lose those games and finish outside the top 4, you needed a proper leader to say. Yeah, you just needed a proper leader to step up and say, right lads, we're going to finish top 4. We're going to get Champions League. And obviously, you did finish 5th twice in a row, but it's one of them really. Yeah. I just hope. I do think Villa have got leaders in the squad. We've got big influential players in the squad. Like your Mings, like your McGinn's, like even Coutinho. Obviously, Coutinho's got the best English, but he's still played at the very top level. And people will listen. Even Gerrard's one of the best leaders in the world. Really, he was one of the best captains of all time when he was obviously captain of Liverpool, so he knows how to lead the side and stuff. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see where Villa go and where Leicester go from next season onwards. But yeah, hopefully it's good for both of us.
Yeah, I think for us it's going to be an interesting few months. I think obviously we're going to have a massive rebuild over the summer. A lot of players going to be leaving, so I think next season it might be similar, to be honest, boys, because there's going to be several new players coming into the side. We just got to sticking together, and hopefully they can gel quickly. If not, it may be a bit of a difficult season once again. But I think the game itself on Saturday, I think both sides are in a similar position. Villa, just like Harry said, aren't really fighting for anything. Leicester, I think top 6 is now out of our reach in the league, unless we go on a miraculous winning pretty much every single game and hoping Spurs, Arsenal, whatever, West Ham drop a few points. So I think the game itself, I think it should be an important game for both sides. It's a bit of a local derby, you could say, but I think the importance of the game isn't really there. But I still like to go out and obviously get the 3 points for Leicester's sake. Obviously, massive game on Thursday night against Roma. I think momentum and confidence going into the game is going to be key as well for that one. So I think it's still going to be an important game for Leicester. So talking of the game then, Harry, how do you see Villa setting up, and what is your predicted lineup for the game then?
In goal, I think it'll be Martinez. The back four, I think it'll be Ashley Young, Tyrone Mings, Ezri Konsa, Matty Cash. Luca Dina is out injured, I believe. Unless something comes of it, Gerrard says, oh yeah, he's fit to play tomorrow in his press conference. I don't know. Holding midfielder, I'd like to see Nakamba. He was on the bench against Tottenham 2 weeks ago, so he's had 2 weeks to properly recover and get ready for this game. Hopefully we can see him. Because we have missed him. We have missed that physical player who can break up play in the middle of the park, because Douglas Luiz just isn't that. 2 number 8s further on, McGinn and Ramsey, I think. And then I'd like to see a front three of Buendia, Coutinho and Watkins or Rings. I'm not bothered who plays up front. Both of them are good strikers, but I don't think they work together, so I'm not really bothered who plays up front. I'm not really bothered who plays at all, actually. Play the youth kids for all I care. It's not going to affect us, so yeah, play the youth kids and just. To be fair, they'll probably put a bit more of a fight up than the actual first team, to be honest.
Yeah, they probably would.
But yeah, that's my predicted lineup. So yeah, I'll hand you back over to Josh.
There we go. Yeah, by the sounds of it, boys, then should get the win, shouldn't we? But who knows with Leicester? But I don't know. You don't care, do you? Honestly, Jesus, I still care a little
honestly.
bit. Fair enough. Fair enough.
It doesn't mean anything. Like, obviously, I want Villa to do well and stuff, and I want us to finish as high as possible. But
well, plastic.
It just doesn't It doesn't matter. Like, if we win this game, we go up to like 14th or 13th. Like, why does that matter? Do you know what I mean? Like, if we lose, I want to win. Obviously, I want to win, but I don't if we lose, I'm not going to be that bothered, to be honest. Because it doesn't mean anything.
Not going to kick a bin just like I did last night, boys. Let's go on to the Leicester side then, boys. As always, let me know your predicted lineups in the comment section down below. We're going to stick with a 4-3-3 formation. In goal, we'll go Casper. Right back, Ricardo. Centre backs, we'll go for Fofana and Amati. I think Evans will get a rest for the game. Left back, we'll go with James Justin. Could be Luke Thomas, so in there. We'll go Mendy, Holding, of course. Dewsbury Hall alongside Maddison. Obviously, Maddison a bit more advanced in there. I think Tillemans just needs a rest, to be honest. Left hand side, we'll be going with Harvey Barnes. Up top, Patson Daka, and on the right, Ademola Lookman. I think it could well be Perez or Albrighton. I think Barnes will start though. Obviously scored against Everton on last night, Wednesday night. We're recording this on Thursday, so yeah, I think that team's still strong enough to beat the Villa side. I think the midfield battle is going to be key, as always, in the game. 2 pretty good strike forces as well going forward, so there could be goals, or it could just be a 0-0, to be honest. But yeah, talking of predictions then, what is your score prediction for the game? Harry Batters, mate.
I said it in our preview. I think you'll beat us. I think you'll beat us 3-1. I reckon you'll probably go 3-0 up, to be honest, and we'll just get a late consolation. But yeah, if it does end up 3-1 Leicester or 3-1 Villa. If it's 3-1 Villa, then it'll obviously make me a bit happy. But if it's 3-1 Leicester, I won't let it affect my mood. I'm still going to enjoy my weekend. I'm still going to have a few beers. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's it really.
There you go. Yeah. He loves it. He loves it, boys. He loves it. For me, I don't know. I'm not that.
Get a few Coronas down with that.
Exactly. He knows it. He knows the drill, boys. No matter what, he loves it. I don't know, man.
Win or lose, we're on the booze.
Yeah, exactly. God's sake. I think Sportsa might be on some as well, depending on the result. But I've got to be honest, I'm not confident for the game. I don't know why. I just think the last 2 games we played, not too good to be honest, was it? I think last night we started off so well. We should have scored in 20 seconds, but then grabbed a goal and then we just sat on it really. We had a few chances, but we just invited pressure on and we cannot see games out. I think if we go 1-0 up against Villa, the same thing could happen again, I think. But for that reason, I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. Based on what Harry's saying, we should win this, but I'm still going to stick with a 1-1 draw in the game. I think goal scorer wise, Maddison will bag one, and Coutinho will probably bag a free kick or something. So yeah, 1-1 draw tomorrow. I think Harry will. Obviously, don't care.
You said Dino will bag a free kick. You said Dino will bag a free kick.
No, Coutinho.
Oh right, I thought you said Dino.
Coutinho.
Oh okay.
Does he take free kicks?
Oh mate, anyway. you're not makes me so like angry. We've got Dino and Coutinho on the pitch, and we let.
You ain't scoring, have you? Yeah.
No, we put Louise on free kicks. It's so bad. Louise is on corners. Louise and McGinn are on corners. Louise and McGinn are on corners, and Louise is on free kicks. And they never ever like reach anywhere near the target, mate. Honestly, they're so bad. Honestly,
yeah, don't worry. He'll score on Saturday, boys. Guarantee it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, boys. I think we're going to wrap this up about here. We've been going on for about 20 minutes or so. I'm getting quite hot in here as well. Been here for a while. Sportsa took a while to set his stuff up, but yeah, if you have enjoyed today's video, boys, let me know, dropping a like, subscribe to both our channels, Sportsa and Harry FC. Obviously Harry's link will be in the description down below. Let me know thoughts and opinions ahead of Saturday's clash at the King Power. Obviously there will be a matchday vlog after the game about 7 o'clock-ish on the channel, so stay tuned for that one. And obviously we got Roma on Thursday night, the big one as well. So yeah, check out Harry's content for the game as well. The preview we've done on his channel as well. Make sure you check that one as well right after this one. And yeah, Harry mate, any last words? Any 2 or 3 words?
Up the Villa, I suppose. You know, that's it.
Up the Villa. Positivity. I'm a Sportsa and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.
Oh wow, I'm gutted.